Generally, you said feminism is
neutral. Here's what actually happened.
The foundation of all knowledge.
I'm really mad that
what difference does it make, right? What
Stop.
The deregulation of the industry is obviously going to cause more of that industry.
To lubricate the trust connection between people until they have enough.
Yet we could still look at biological reality in determining who's a female, even if there are.
Why don't you denounce feminism the same way you're denouncing capitalism? If you don't...
For something to be objective, it needs to be verifiable. And you can't verify...
If I make a claim as a political pundit, it is true that I definitely could be wrong.
Yeah,
you're promoting, right?
Ideology is the main thing of politics, right? This is my ideology.
So 2015, anyone go back and watch the footage? The first GOP debate.
Cool, Robert. Oh, that? With a crowbar, you said.
Damn, that was one hell of an intro.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Like a song that never ends.
Andrew's probably tired of hearing that introduction for the day.
But my chat loves it. The chat loves it.
Did they like it finally? Finally, I made them happy.
They think it's great. They're like, Andrew, fucking make sure that we can hear the fucking intro. I'm like, fine.
Normally I see a lot of complaints, but whatever. It's my
not
intro.
today. Boy, they love it.
Well, I'll take that as a win then. I finally won at something. And Andrew won at a lot. He is finally at the 200K marker. All of that hard work, time,
what took
effort,
you so long?
yelling, debating, destroying people left and right. So we personally, we have put together a wonderful super panel and a few extra surprises along the way to come and celebrate this wonderful moment for Andrew, but also kind of roast you too. Which
fuck. Okay.
I feel
Let's
like
do it.
Well deserved as
true.
Because
it's going to be the roast, Andrew? Okay, let's do it.
Because you roast everyone else along the way all the time. Poor Jake. Jake over here gets it. Probably you probably get it even outside of the shows too. Don't you?
Right. I've never seen a guy. You should see what he says about me during his intros. It's terrible. He says the most horrible things about yours truly. I'm always so nice to him. He says,
to be fair, though, you don't understand half the things he says, so you just take them as
yes. If he only understood,
that's not Jake's fault, Andrew. That's not Jake's fault.
If he understood, then it would be truly terrible for him.
That's funny.
Anyways, I don't think we actually are here to celebrate Andrew whatsoever. I think 200K, cute. It's all right, whatever. Not really something to celebrate. But
what's your channel up to?
Mine is up to about 835,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he doesn't like to say that though. Like he's not the one
He doesn't know the exact number or anything. Doesn't
that's a lot of bragging, but myself, I'm almost up to a single thousand right now. So you guys watch your backs, all right?
You need to get that tooth fixed over there, Ryan. I don't know what happened there with the Crucible
I think
money.
Andrew's willing. I think Andrew's going to pay for it. I just need to go to a dentist and see how much.
You need to get Andrew to debate Mr. Slave on your channel, then you'll grow pretty quickly.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do we have an olive jar on hand by chance?
Oh shit!
Do I need to do a redeemer? The olive jar redeemer?
I think you might actually have
as long as Rachel doesn't open it off screen.
Well, and then we're going into the realm of people I think it's going to become legend, right? And you know how legends always get mixed around and words because now it's a pickle jar. Everyone keeps calling it a pickle jar. So eventually it's going to be you versus the pickle jar, and you're going to have to prove that one wrong too.
Somebody
Well,
give Andrew a child safety like pill bottle and see if he can figure it out. Well, I get people make jokes about like opening jars and stuff, but to kind of defend Andrew here, pickle jar opening technique is vastly different from olive jars, and most people who don't actually have experience, they're gonna think, oh, it's all just the jar. They're not. They have totally different torque, totally different techniques.
Would you say that these are ontologically different, Chase?
No, I wouldn't.
The jar which will live in infamy. Well, the thing is like if I didn't give my critics something to bitch about, they wouldn't have anything to bitch about.
Well, they don't want to engage your arguments. I mean,
don't pretend like you didn't open that jar fucking on purpose, like, or you fucked it up on purpose. I gave this to my people.
It's very Christ-like.
I wanted to seem more relatable to the general
He was
audience.
failing to open the jar for your sins.
Yeah, you oiled it up and then pretended like it was a skit.
I
It was
would
a bit
never,
of like a sort of Excalibur
I
type
would
situation.
never, for the purposes of driving massive amounts of controversy on the internet, have colluded with somebody like Jake and Ryan, the whatever podcast, to make myself look ridiculous for the purposes of going. I would never do that.
You know, I've had crack people examine the video, and your forum's not even flexed. It's the best troll ever.
All this traveling for redemption of an opening.
This is a lot of code.
oh, people are talking about the jar, and I did a whole ear analysis. That wasn't even Andrew. If you look at the ear,
he got that
it's
jar
not
from
even
Diddy's,
him.
but it had some baby oil on it.
This
Deep
is
state conspiracy.
This is hurting my feelings. It's not cope. It's not. You're
Then why
coping.
do
I'm
you
not
have
coping.
feelings?
I think it had some Diddy oil on it. That makes it more exciting.
Diddy oil? Yeah. So let's hear. I want to hear this. I want to hear Ryan. What's your best argument against tag?
I don't really have like a formal anti-tag argument. I mean, we can talk about presupposition, and I can try to like make sure I fully understand it, I guess.
Well, you guys gonna play a game of tag?
Do you think views need to be?
I was like, that's the best game ever, and a good movie, by the way.
Well, do you think views need to be justified?
I think views need to be justified.
Yeah, like if you're going to use something in an argument, do you need to justify it?
Generally, I mean, I think ultimately, like everything's going to eventually boil down to some axiomatic claim.
Okay, well then, how can you do anything if someone just says, "Well, God's just real," and that's an axiom?
Can I just point out that you guys couldn't even be on here for a full 10 minutes without already trying to debate something? Can I just say that?
That was
What are we here for? Are we just here to wear hats and eat McDonald's for Andrew's birthday? Or
yeah, I was look.
I
was trying to defer away from the roast here a little bit, okay? And I thought there was no better way. Yeah, there was no better way to do that than to get Jay on one of his transcendental tirades. So I
suppose he was dodging.
For a minute, I was wondering if this was like a costume contest because we got the dude from Reno 911 down there, and like Jay, I don't know what you're wearing.
Yeah, but hang on,
You're just a hot cop, dude. If you got a problem with it, you're under arrest for being not that hot.
Mate and Jay looking like good cop, bad cop right now, bro.
Can I just point out to Misfit Patriot that Dyer just absolutely fucking wrecked you in your debate. It was so bad for you, bro. It was so bad for you, dude.
You can't rage quit a debate and claim victory. So, like, he would have won if he stuck around, but when you boot somebody after like 15 minutes.
How's this turning into Andrew roasting people instead of people roasting Andrew?
Because
congratulations on
this is very astute, Alex. You could have just, you could have been like, happy 200K. You could have shut up about that. You could have let me but no, you had to bring it back, huh?
Oh, I have a bunch of surprises. I gave Mr. Slave your address, so he's going to show up behind you in about 30 minutes.
Congratulations on your Qatari bots, Andrew.
My Qatari bots.
Couldn't even get any bots.
Marte, are you wearing the ice hat so that they won't mistake you for an illegal immigrant and grab you up off the street?
Yes, that's why I'm wearing the hat. Great.
Smart.
It's not going to protect you.
The new urban camouflage.
Does Rob have an external pacemaker?
Shock collar.
Rob's on house arrest right now, dude. It's not. You really shouldn't joke about this.
Cut off his ankle monitor and wore it as a chain.
It was on half price.
True.
The scary thing is, it was someone else's ankle monitor. It wasn't even his.
Patel took him out. Oh wait, he's back.
Rob, get that discounted pay.
Look at that look. Hey, freeze on that look,
He's just
dude.
frozen. That's going to be on the news tonight.
Yeah, totally.
He's going to be one of the people that was arrested at the pot farm.
Unmute Rob. let Rob out.
It's the I unexpectedly
Rob,
went
you're on
live
mute.
face.
Rob,
Rob, blink if you're alive. Dude hasn't blinked in forever.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Awesome, really.
I don't know what's going on.
Is
this what the fucking stroke looks like?
Somebody screenshot that and make a Tinder profile immediately.
Turn off your camera, Rob.
Turn it off and back on again.
I think we lost Rob.
We lost Rob.
Yeah, he's frozen.
All
It was
right.
a really great freeze, though.
It was a real one.
I'll give him a minute to sort through that. I know he said he was already going to have kind of crappy Wi-Fi for the night, so we'll try to work through it. How is Alex looking at Jay and Chase at the same time?
2 eyes. Oh, I did. So funny. Alex is cross-eyed.
You know, they even come into my chat sometimes and like I'll randomly see comments about it. I'm like, why are you asking about Alex on this? Like,
hey, Alex, I've always wanted to ask you though, what is
what?
What is that all about?
Oh, just a habit. There's like no real explanation behind it.
Okay.
Do you have sensitive front teeth or something?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Yeah, right. I know the feeling, to be fair. I can't eat ice cream with my front teeth. Struggle's real.
Rob, is that a shock collar?
Yes, it's a lapel mic. It's probably still because I sound like I have a lisp, and I knew that everyone would make fun of me when I'm calling on my phone if I didn't.
It really sounds like it's not connected.
Yeah,
it looks like something Mr. Slade would wear.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should have an. Maybe it's supposed to be on an actual lapel. I don't know.
What? Yeah, I ain't wearing lapels.
I remember my first podcast, Rob. It's fine.
Every time Rob makes a false equivalency, he gets a shock.
I take back anything positive I've ever said about Jake. It's completely out the window right now.
You should be like one of those
It's out there.
TikTokers that holds
all the positive stuff's actually negative because everything's upside down in Australia.
That's what Mr. E says. He's like, I thought you said this guy was a nice guy. He's like, then I got to know him, and he's just an absolute. What do you call it, Australia? Cunts. He's just an absolute cunt. He says.
Yeah, complete cunt.
You have to say "oi" first.
Oi.
So I know that all of you criminally online people don't do real life politics. I'm off hobnobbing with senators and shit. But I did have a prepared statement.
That's a pretty nice. That's a nice drop there, Rob. Nice name drop.
Which senator?
Yeah, who'd you blow?
It was the senator of the local strip club, Senator Big Tits. She's pretty cool.
Wait. So Rob gets hired by the Crucible, and then Rob gets hired by the Crucible, and 5 minutes later, he's off on vacation. Andrew, what the hell's happening there? You're not running a tight ship. You're letting Rob just fuck off on vacation after 2 minutes.
Okay, well, in my defense, yes. It's in my defense, yeah.
So I had something I wanted to say here.
All right.
It says, Rob, this is from Mr. E. Please say this as a Crucible employee. Andrew, you are the greatest person ever. Thank you so much for everything and how amazing working with you and especially Mr. E is. I can't wait to continue this. Thank you so much, Crucible for life. So,
you'll now turn loose your paycheck.
Yeah. So I'll be waiting for that check.
Oh man, that means a lot. That means a lot, guys.
You're not going to authorize their deposit.
Look, I did have a serious point though. I think when I heard you were going for 12 hours today, I was like, wow, what a pussy! Only 12 hours? He couldn't do 24 hours? Like you only could line up 5 debates today. You couldn't line up 12 or 13.
How many packs of cigarettes does that take you?
3.
At least 3 or 4.
It's a 3-pack day.
3-pack day, yeah. Mm-hmm. How much whiskey does it take?
Vodka.
Vodka? Oh, you drink vodka, really? Never figured you for the vodka type.
Potato fan.
You guys going to get some debates going, or
what?
Well, I really wanted to just.
Jake, you're being mean.
This would be a dream come true to watch Ryan versus Dyer here. It really would. I just.
It's your birthday, so you choose.
Yeah.
I mean, hey man, it's.
We should revisit Andrew's hardest debate, which was Mr. Slave. That one he really struggled a lot in, so we should kind of give him some good pointers on how he could do better against the Slave next time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess Andrew, I'd be happy to. I mean, at some point, set up like a precept debate. Again, I don't have like a super strong formulated argument about precept.
Somebody
I don't
drop
think we've actually argued
$100
about
so
that too
that
much.
Dyer and Ryan have to debate, and Andrew can get off camera for like 10 minutes.
Did Ryan
He's just trying
just
to
say?
dodge.
Did Ryan just say he doesn't have a super strong argument? Or yeah. So what's new, Ryan? Like,
Yeah, fair enough, Rob. Yeah. This is coming from the guy who said it's collusion to hire a company that hires a company that hires a guy that hires a guy, and that's collusion.
yeah. Hiring,
But going to a meeting with Russian operatives is not.
That was the weakest argument I've ever heard you make, Ryan. I mean,
so right.
You got to do better, man. Do better. You just have to.
Can't wait to see a pre-sub argument.
But it's not.
Like I said, I don't think you need knowledge, or I'm sorry, I don't think you need God for.
I know
knowledge.
you don't think you need knowledge. I already understood that part.
Yeah, so you don't think you need God? God is a necessary precondition for knowledge, right?
Yeah, sure.
Rob, you got to
Andrew,
mute
are you
yourself.
still
We gotta
working
bleed
with
in.
the Whatever podcast?
Yeah.
Did you become a co-host or
no?
Oh yeah, I've been
Never.
meaning to ask Andrew. Do you think they'd let me bring Umbreon?
Who? Who's that?
My dog.
Bring your dog on to do what?
Just to hang out.
This is fucking gay. Are you guys going to debate pre-sub or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. We can talk about it. Again, I don't have super strong feelings about it. I just don't think I don't believe in God. So obviously, like there are things.
what happened to
I
roasting
know.
Andrew? I thought that was the whole premise of this thing. Is that you were going to roast.
Sounds
him.
like he's trying to dodge.
That's not what I was hired for.
I was. Well,
You guys,
if I can bring my weed
you guys not so cleverly fell into my trap.
Spoke in a debate.
You might wonder
the whole time.
You might
Ryan,
wonder
if you're
why
watching,
this
I wanna bring my
panel
weed.
is so lopsided. You see, you thought that I was trapped in here with you. You're fucking trapped in here with me. So the thing is I want to see in the worst way, as Ryan says, God is not a necessary precondition to knowledge, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Rob,
I do just want to
can
point
you
out,
mute for a second,
Jay
Rob?
actually just has a recording of him nodding and moving his head. He's not actually here right now. He just texted me, so you'll notice that's why he doesn't respond. It's actually he pre-recorded his.
Oh, the sound is so much better now that Rob turned off his shock collar.
Yeah, that was bad. There was a lot of bleed through there.
Now
Rob.
he's just smacking his phone. There he goes. Bye.
Well, you know, if I show up,
currently in
I'll
shock
debate. I
mode
don't
right
give a shit. I got mixed messages. I was told I was here to roast and to have fun. But if you want me to debate, I'll debate. Ryan,
Aren't you? Well, I mean, you just said the same thing twice, Jay.
It's because it's pre-recorded. Method.
Jay's really good at this, but like you have to understand, he's gonna repeat things sometimes, and sometimes he may just break into song and dance. But it's
no. He said, wait. He said that he's here to hang out and have fun, and then he also said that he's and roast people, and then he also said that he's here to debate if we want him to. That's what I thought was redundant. I thought he was basically saying the same exact thing. I just pointing that out.
Yeah. So why do I need God to know anything?
Well, what do you think it means to justify knowledge? I guess that's what it comes down to.
To justify knowledge, I mean, probably through like the scientific method, like testing hypotheses and examining. Like
Well, the scientific method is not a tool. It's not a
conclusions.
tool for knowledge. It's a tool for doing things in the natural world. So it doesn't actually. It presupposes some kind of epistemic theory. So you're missing the question when I say, "What do you think justifies knowledge?" Just saying I have a method to study the natural world doesn't tell me or anybody what epistemology is the right one.
Doesn't tell you what. Well, I mean, I think that you're so you just kind of lean on like God, right? Christianity as like this is where all knowledge necessarily comes from. But if without that, like, do you have any like a secular version of that, or is it just like God must exist and therefore
some type of
knowledge?
being needs to exist to ground knowledge is where the argument goes. So no, I'm not just saying that all knowledge comes from God like he puts in our mind. I'm saying that we're human beings. We learn things empirically, but the scientific method is an empirical method of study and research. So it relies on some kind of account for empirical knowledge, but
or
the
some kind of
method is,
like axiomatic presuppositions, I guess.
Is
like
is the
ground
axiom
yourself in
itself
axioms.
in sense data? Do you learn that empirically?
I think that's all we have, right? All we have is our sense data at the end of the day.
Okay. where do you find in sense data the truth of that proposition that all knowledge comes from sense data?
I think through our sense data, we can communicate with other people and try to verify whether or not we're seeing the same thing. We can be like, hey, am I crazy here?
Sense data, where do you get the truth of the proposition that all knowledge comes from sense data?
Well, I mean, ultimately, I guess like I could be like the brain in the vat or whatever. So, I mean, I guess there's some sense that I can't be 100% sure.
No, you're not even understanding the question. No. Where in sense data do you find the truth behind the proposition that all knowledge comes from sense data?
Well, I feel like I gave you an answer. You just don't like my answer. I gave you an answer, which is like I would try to verify amongst like other people.
Do you even understand?
Communicate with other people. Well, I don't. I mean, I might not. It seems like I don't understand it by whatever you're standing by. It seems like I'm engaging with it, and you just don't like my answer.
No.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess correct me then.
So, if all knowledge comes through sense data, or the only type of knowledge that we could really make sense of, that statement itself has to be under the umbrella of all, right?
Or it could be like I guess it could be like an assumption that we make. Yeah, sure.
Well, then it wouldn't be all if it's not under the umbrella of all.
No, sure. I'll give you. It's under the umbrella of all things that we deduce. It's a deduction from sense data, I guess. Yeah.
Right, and it's a universal claim, so it has a universal quantifier. All knowledge comes through sense data.
All knowledge that I don't know of any way to observe anything that doesn't come from sense data. So,
but I'm giving you an example of something that cancels that out. The proposition itself is not found in sense data.
I think it's deduced from sense, because we can't conceptualize anything that doesn't come from sense data. So we're like, well, I mean, I guess if someone proposed
the point. Like every time you make a universal claim, you're violating the principle that all knowledge comes from sense data, because no universal claim is in sense data.
I think we could reframe it and say like all claims that, or all knowledge that we can kind of imagine, all knowledge that we can conceptualize seems to come from sense data. And if someone can offer an alternative way of observing knowledge, then I guess I'd be open to it, but it kind of seems nonsensical.
So universal quantifiers aren't universal quantifiers. They don't have any meaning.
What do you mean by that? I don't
it's all that's not all.
All the not, I don't know what you're asking me.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I have a computer science degree, so like the phrases you're using I'm familiar with. It just doesn't seem like they're applying to the conversation directly.
Do you know what a universal claim is?
Presumably it would mean something that is always true for everyone outside of
it has to do
perception,
with,
I guess.
Always, it has to do with everywhere it's the case, right?
Sure, I suppose.
Universally, so it's the case.
Okay.
To make a universal claim requires some kind of access to that universal state of affairs.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say access to that.
You wouldn't say what?
That we have access to that. I don't know how we would.
Okay, so that's the problem, right? So if we don't have access to that, then it becomes an unjustifiable claim to make universal statements.
Or it can be a kind of like useful. We can use it like colloquially to understand what we're saying. Like we don't need.
If you can bring in just what you think is colloquially useful, I can bring in the counter argument that I think is colloquially useful, and it just cancels everything out. So that's.
Or I mean, yeah, you're right. We could sit here and argue that we don't believe that we have any shared definitions of words and stuff, but we could try to bridge that gap. There's two different ways we can have a conversation.
Man, you're not even understanding like what the debate is. Like, how do you make a universal claim?
I'm just engaging with the things you're saying. I'm trying to anyway. Like, what?
How do you make universal claims if you're also telling me that there are no universal states of affairs that we have access to?
I mean, I wouldn't make when you say universal claims. I guess at the end of the day, I'm not convinced that I have access to those. But we would try.
Then you can't say all knowledge comes from sense data.
Jesus fucking Christ! This makes me.
Are you happy, Andrew? You should be happy.
I just want to.
I don't feel like I learned anything.
The strength of the argument was literally incredulity. I'm just not convinced, man.
Oh, that was so good. That was great. I love that. Hey, by the way, Jay Bauer looks like 1980s Top Gun. I was waiting for him to just bust into "You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling." I really was. I was just waiting for it.
That's what I'm a hot cop from the 80s.
And now it's gone, gone, gone.
Right. Yeah. So when I'm bored because the person doesn't understand the argument, that means that I'm losing the debate. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
For mid-level IQs, I think that's probably the case.
Well, I would say that you were if you're bored, and I mean, it just felt like you weren't trying to connect with like me in the conversation. Like you were saying,
if a person doesn't understand the categories, I don't know how many times I can.
Well, I have a long background.
This is not roasting Andrew. Very far away from roasting Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew, lose some weight, fucker.
Yeah, stop smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, after you. After you.
After me, Andrew. I will literally do literally any fitness challenge with you. You can name it, and you will.
Dude, stop flirting with him, man. He's married. Come on, chill. Fitness challenges, like this is just ridiculous, man. I get we have Jake on here, and everyone gets riled up because they hear the Australian spite through every word. But let's calm it down. It's like
if I could just finish my thought to Jay, like this panel feels like Andrew's. Usually, when somebody's describing something, like I'm describing something to somebody, and they're like failing to grasp it for whatever reason, my instinct is to try to bridge that gap, like try to figure out what it is they don't understand and try to connect with them on that.
Okay, well, you can attribute that motive, but that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to explain it to you. I don't know how many alternate ways to restate or rephrase it to where it makes sense.
I agree. I think Jay wasn't being very emotionally intelligent then.
Ways to present the idea.
Ryan, just make fun of him for wearing sunglasses indoors and call it a day.
Yeah,
Ryan, it's only a 2-hour show. We don't have that fucking time.
I think we can all agree that that debate was boring. And
I'm a quick learner.
And Jay looks like a gay cop.
Dude, you're the gay guy that has gay profiles. What the fuck are you talking about?
Did you really believe that? You think that
it's okay to be gay, right?
Wait, hold on. Do you think that thing that the fucking picture that my haters put on a gay dating app is real?
Yes.
Oh, you're fucking retarded.
If it was, that would be okay.
No, right. I mean, you're the guy that thought the apostles
would be okay.
You thought the apostles went to college, but I'm the retard.
Dude, I can't. It's funny. It's so funny how that one troll has upset your fucking followers for months and months and months. It's like
nobody's.
No. I get it in my comment section all the time. Like, you thought the apostles went to college. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Well, it's pretty hilarious, man. Like, it's pretty funny.
A good troll is when they don't know you're trolling. So it did work.
You weren't trolling. Come on.
Yeah, it was.
You weren't
fucking
trolling.
moron. Again,
was the troll
Jay,
losing a debate? How is that?
You
troll?
are Jay. You are
the best kind of troll
ever.
You wear eyeliner. I'm not listening to anything you say.
You rage quit the debate.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Do you wear fucking eyeliner, dude?
No.
Well, you're not wearing it now, but like
I look the same every time. So if I'm not wearing it now, I don't wear it. But why? Wait.
I mean, if you want to believe that I rage quit because you were too retarded to talk to,
you rage quit. No. Shut up, gay cop. You rage quit the debate. And you're also so retarded that you think you believe stupid shit like eyeliner.
No one believes that you won that debate. Literally, no one. Only you in your own mind.
I was trolling you to the point where you rage quit the debate.
You're not a troll. You failed so bad. You tried to create a narrative that you were trolling, and nobody believes that.
You're too dumb to even realize I was trolling you. That's the funny part.
So what's the troll? How is floundering in a debate a troll?
Looking like a complete idiot and losing the debate was the troll?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand this. I'm trying to understand this.
So what? We had like a 12-minute debate where you
were too stupid to talk to. Like, I can't.
Well, I told you.
It's like communicating to a child. I don't understand.
Like, it's just like what you just did with what's his name, Ryan? What you try to frame the questions with a bunch of like big words to confuse people, and it's just this weird. And then when I realized that you were using disingenuous tactics, I just started.
It gets any saltier up here. You guys Andrew's going to start making margaritas. I'm just saying.
Dude, Andrew loves
the words he was using.
Andrew doesn't eat food. Andrew eats conflict.
I've heard the word. Those words are.
My microphone sucks, so if I may get this in. This is classic Andrew Wilson, right? He never makes content himself. He goes on, Brian has to steer the show and whatever, while OnlyFan whores are the ones that make the content. Now he's got a bunch of people here making the content for him. Classic Andrew Wilson.
The only guy the extravaganza is the same. I make all of the content.
Yo, guys, real quick, I gotta go.
So you're saying I'm a genius?
Yeah, I gotta go. But I just want to say some parting words. Congrats on 200K, Andrew.
Thanks, Alex.
I remember when we started at 5K when you were 5K, and you've definitely come a long way, both in your debate skills and as a content creator. So congratulations.
I appreciate that, Alex. You have a great night. Thanks for popping on.
Good to see you guys as
Alex, if you leave, you're gay.
It's okay to be gay. You can go.
I knew it.
Yeah. Okay. Called it.
So, Rob, did Andrew send you that to roast him, or what? Was that a part of your pay? Part of your compensation?
Listen, in all honesty, do you think Andrew gives any direction to any of his fucking employees? He just says, "Go."
No, I don't. No, I don't. I think Mr. E does. I think Mr. E slipped an envelope under your door.
I think it's a scarier notion that Andrew has employees.
It is bad. And listen, here to be completely fair to my employees, I do have a very unreasonable standard, which is that they all have to read my mind at all times or they're going to get fired. So, but now I feel like that keeps them on their toes. And
I'm the same way.
Yeah. You got to read.
I've fired over 50 people in 5 years. So yeah, no, I got you.
Andrew's performance reviews are him walking into a room and saying, "I'm thinking of a number," and if they get it wrong, he just goes, "Nope, out, fired, next." And goes office
and
to
it's
office.
between 1 in a million.
Are you guys aware that Andrew once tried to recruit me for his streaming platform?
I'm not aware of that. When did that happen?
You don't remember that? It's in your. I mean, you pulled up DMs in
hold on,
my Discord account. When Andrew introduced Comfy TV, right? That you're trying to steal viewers from the nasty folks on Cozy or whatever, which was a good move. I was with you on that, but you messaged me and asked me if I wanted to have a position on the website.
Hold on one second.
I turned it down, but I appreciated the invite.
Hold on.
He wanted you to make free content on his platform?
Yeah, I was going to say, by recruit, do you mean groom? And by platform, do you mean OnlyFans? Like, what was he trying to get you to do?
Well, I don't know. We didn't go that far, but I mean, hey, look, I wouldn't put it past him to put me on a couch and ask me to do some casting work, but.
Just saying, you guys have all still let Andrew dodge your roasts. I was
just trying.
He tried to recruit a lefty for
How weak are all of you?
You guys just had a wild
I'm glad he
opening
wore
where
the same hat as me, so that was good.
All right, Sarah, I've got an idea. Sarah,
Okay.
I would like you to.
We're like
get up-
twins.
I would like you to get up a series of different Hispanic names, Mexican names, and on the screen. And if you can share the screen, and I would like Andrew to have to pronounce all of these names. If you could get a series of different names, and we can.
I'm going to tell you why this is a double entendre and it's messed up.
This is not.
If he gets them wrong, they get deported. So
because if I don't fuck them up, then everyone's going to know that this entire time I could have said them right, and I just don't, like Hispanic names because they're stupid, or they're going to be like, wait a second. Andrew really is just an incompetent fucking idiot who can't say Spanish names. So I mean, I feel like it's a lose-lose here for me.
if we could do it while you try to open up a pickle jar, that would be fantastic.
Pickle jars have been defeated by me so many times. See, olive jars you got to watch out for. They're the ones that are plotting, sir. They're the ones that are plotting the demise of all of humanity.
It would be great if you started a conspiracy theory online about olive jars, like because it wouldn't be far.
I'm so far ahead of you, bro. I'm so far ahead of you. We were way ahead of the curve. I was already plotting the demise of all olive factories while you were still fucking fixing that shower this morning. What are you talking about?
You have a hard time going after the factories with what we saw on that whatever podcast, but
Ryan, Andrew tried to recruit you for his platform like YouTube recruited me. He has a platform that he was going to let you on.
Andrew tried.
Wow.
Well, he needed streamers, right? He needed people. He wanted people he thought would bring viewers to the platform, and he reached out to me.
Wait, did you say it was called Comfy?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, you guys are
so
aware of
you'd
this?
have Cozy and Comfy.
Yeah, you don't know this lore?
Andrew,
No.
Andrew
I'm not getting into this lore. No, that's off limit. There's been a truce for years.
I don't
Truce
know.
for years.
Andrew
Leave
tried
it alone.
Andrew tried to recruit
Interesting.
Ryan the way
Truce
that
with the
Diddy
Groypers.
tried to
No.
recruit Justin Bieber.
Hey, Andrew,
well, what way was that?
Congrats, dog. I'm really proud of you. Appreciate you being so supportive, and we support you. And proud of all that you've done, and you've had such quick success. That's pretty awesome, man.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that, Jay. I've always been a big supporter of your channel as well. I understand if you got to get out of here, bro. Maybe it's not your thing, but I do appreciate you popping in and just saying hi. And yeah, it's been a hell of a ride, huh?
Yeah, Jay, it's okay if you rage quit. You can leave.
Yeah, sorry for wrecking you so much, man. I didn't prepare for a precept argument, but I mean that was pretty rough for you, I guess.
Yeah, just stop the stream.
There's
Like
Jake and Chase,
did in
and
our
then it's
debate.
like Andrew, and then it's a bunch of gay tards.
Well, hang on.
Rob's gay.
Jake's okay. Jake's okay.
No, I said Jake.
Oh, okay. You said Jake. Okay.
Jake.
I'm glad he didn't say Rob.
I don't know.
He said Jake.
I don't know Rob. I don't know Rob. So.
It's Jake.
Rob's good. He's good.
Yeah, we'll set up a follow-up, Jay, so I can dominate you again, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd
What's
be
a
happy
universal? Let me dominate you.
up.
I'm actually.
You know, people don't like. You guys don't know basic terms, and then you say that it's just me making up big word salad, and then you act.
I didn't say that.
No, you definitely do make up word salad to win
Really?
debates.
Like, what's an example of the word salad?
Like we literally just watched you, like at the epistemology.
Give an example.
Fucking a bunch. You just say a bunch of big words.
I don't think
Give an
example.
Do you not know what that means?
What's the word?
Give an
What's the word?
example.
See, I don't even fucking care.
Didn't you? Wait, you got beat up by a fat black retard, didn't you?
I didn't get beat up.
That is.
All right, hold on. So Jay,
big
we've gone with eyeliner. We've gone with the gay dating app, and so you're basically just repeating all of the.
Now, hang on. In Jay's
the same dumb
hang on. In Jay's defense here, Misfit. The first two, I think that I would grant you. I did investigate that first one where they were like, "Oh, this is a gay pay," and obviously, what happened is you had to pick where you were hungover. They took it out of context. They tried to nail you to the cross with it. I saw that. Took me 5 seconds to ferret it out. The second, with the eyeliner thing, it's obviously very clear because your brows are low and the way that the lighting hits you, that it makes it appear like there is guy liner. That's like these are objective facts.
But
you got your fucking ass kicked in that fight, bro. You got your fucking ass whooped in that fight, and I investigated that too, and you got fucked up, bro.
Look,
I remember seeing that video. That was. I thought you said that you could like win any sort of athletic endeavor before. But
I could.
that was the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my life.
Against Andrew for sure, but I didn't. I like if you watch the video, the dude connected one punch. I connected one punch.
No, you were both totally retarded. If I lost to that guy, I think I would get off the internet forever.
I was absolutely shit faced. I didn't upload that video. I said you're an idiot for uploading it because we both look awful.
All right, to be fair, like Misfit didn't have the time to charge his Kamehameha wave because he would have done a double backflip and then he totally would have but like the wind wasn't quite right. And my air jutsu didn't quite charge fast enough, so I'm gonna have his back on this one.
I don't make excuses like I did well in that fight. I basically say like that whole fight was awful. But saying I got my ass kicked is just a dishonest statement.
No, it's not, because your defense level, your specs are at least 17% higher than his attack specs. So technically, no matter how hard you get hit, you technically didn't take damage.
Fair. And he didn't understand Jay's criticism. Jay said "fat black retard." That's 2 syllables. That's a big word, Jay. Can you lower that the amount of syllables so he can
I know
understand?
I'm probably using big terms here, so.
Just because you don't understand words.
Is that a knowledge claim, Jay? Is that a knowledge claim? Is that a knowledge claim, Jay? Can you justify that knowledge claim?
Just straight up insults. It's not even. It's ad hominems to the bone, baby.
I thought Jay was an expert in the study of the epistles.
It's true. By the way, hang on. Misfit's not the first one to have made this critical mistake. There was a woman I was debating with once who I asked what epistemology meant, and she said the study of the epistles. So, I mean, he's not the first one to have made this critical error.
I have no idea what that word means.
You are right up there with the OnlyFans girls that I debate with.
You know what? I'm actually disappointed there aren't more OnlyFans girls on this panel. Like Sarah, you could have fucking really.
So true, yeah.
You could have taken
where
advantage.
the hose at?
Yeah, like,
you don't know
somebody
me.
Somebody actually said in the chat.
What a bunch of groomers.
Somebody actually said in the chat earlier that this is like a twisted version of whatever because it's all the dudes and then only one girl. So we're kind of there.
There's definitely some whores on here, but I just don't think.
I just want to point out, like Jay's a friend.
Now that you say that, you have to say who, and it better not be me.
Well, I mean, I was thinking of attention whores, and I would say that Andrew takes the cake on that one.
What do you mean? You can't. You can say a lot.
You love the sound. Listen, you love the sound of your own voice. We all do, though.
Look, you can say that, right? And it would be true that I do have a silky smooth voice. No one's denying that. The silkiest and smoothest anywhere on TikTok, just ask them. That's what they always lead with. They're like, you have a voice for radio. And I'm like, well, a face for it too. A face for it too. But the thing that you cannot deny is that I do tweet things I actually believe. I just phrase them in such a way that people lose their fucking minds because it's really funny. And I'm not ever going to stop doing that because, well, it's really fucking funny. And I just like, I don't know what to do about that.
No, it's one of the compliments I've given you in the past, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. I believe that you believe what you're saying and you stick
Yes.
by it,
Yes.
even if I disagree with it.
Gay.
Yeah, to that point, Misfit. I thought your woke
Mad
right
gay.
debate with Andrew was pretty fun, and I came on. If you remember, I came on afterwards, and the biggest critique that you got once I was on the panel is that you were giving ground to people like me because we would have it's like we would we would be able to weaponize your description of the
Which,
woke
by the
right.
way, I was right about that, Misfit Page. They have been trying to weaponize it against people they shouldn't be
pretty easy to do.
weaponizing
I mean, it's
against.
an apt descriptor,
And I fucking hope they do. That's the point. It is a real thing, and it's a real problem. I don't give a shit who uses it to point out the fact that people like Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, and a bunch of other fucking retards that are taking over the right should be kicked out. So yeah, good. Keep using it, please.
Yeah, but what about the fact that it's not just being used for them? That was the whole point of the context of the debate to begin with.
I think it's been used.
And
for
it's being used. It's being used way more to be weaponized against people who, like, look. This is was my whole point. The left calls those people fucking Nazis. You're not going to one-up them with woke right, dude. Like, that's diluting. That's actually diluting.
Nick calls
it.
himself
It's
a
like,
Nazi too, right?
yeah, it's like they literally call them fucking Nazis. And so it's like, from my perspective, all you've done is create a weapon which they can use against people you wouldn't consider to be Nazis. They just call them woke right.
So if retards misuse something that is like, so if there's a real problem, we shouldn't bring attention to the real problem because some retards might misdirect bringing attention to the real problem at the wrong people. Bullshit. You know, like that's a personal.
That sounds like a concession that it's a real thing. You just doesn't want you to talk about it.
Exactly. It's a real thing. It's a real problem, and you don't not address it because somebody might attack the wrong person.
Your team captain is James Lindsay, dude.
Yeah,
I never thought I would align with James Lindsay. I considered him like an enemy for so long until this woke right stuff. I was like, all right, James, like we can align.
You and James Lindsay look like you would be aligned right
but
together.
let's
we both have a math
But
background.
let me point something out here that
talk
I
a
think
lot about critical race theory. And
let's see if Ryan makes this concession. James Lindsay isn't doing this because he's legitimately upset about anything other than these people attack him and make fun of him for his stupid fucking takes, and he wanted to weaponize a term against them.
Yeah, well,
James Lindsay's
told
pretty
you,
much he's a grifter for sure.
Like I told you in the debate, I don't even follow James. I follow him like as like a button push, but I don't watch his content. And I started talking about this completely separate of James Lindsay, and I think that our definitions are different. So the classifying me as the same as James Lindsay or saying that we're doing the same thing or saying the same thing is disingenuous. And also, I don't really fucking care. Like, I don't care about this whole like guilt by association thing that everybody tries to do. I don't have a cult. I don't have a clique.
Well, it's not a guilt by association,
yes,
but for sure, what happens is sometimes groups will create a term, and other people will piggyback off of that term.
Yeah, like America First.
Yeah. So wait a second. There's people who I would say piggybacked off the term AF or America First. Sure. I wouldn't say that Donald Trump did, though. It's true that other people used the slogan, but they were completely disconnected in terms.
No, but
for you, though, you attach yourself to the branding of this and definitely use it in the same context that Lindsay does. That's why people associate you with his message of what it is, because that's correct.
I don't see the difference. What's the difference between you and James Lindsay?
So like we are saying a similar message, but I think that he gets into it very he gets more in depth into the psychology behind it, whereas I just go with the literal terminology of woke. Basically just means oppressor, oppressed, with a victim mentality, basically acting just like the left, but on the right. And we talked about this in the debate. We don't have to rehash the whole thing. What James Lindsay
just quickly, so you're saying that like the woke right, they use various forms of identity politics. There's like a faction of the right wing that uses various forms of identity politics.
Sure. Yeah, but it's not just identity politics, right? The main tenet of woke, like which we discussed in the debate with Andrew, it's basically the oppressor oppressed, where there is a they out there. There is a people group that is holding you down, and you have to impose radical change throughout the government and have some type of overreach and totalitarian control in order to shut down the they, right? And on the right,
as a woke,
hold on,
can I push back a little?
on the right. On the right, the they is like Israel, the Jews, and fucking globalists. On the left, it's capitalists and Trump and fucking. It's the same.
Yeah, I get it. So you're saying that these people, they have a somebody, an outsider. They identify a systemic problem. They think that there's an injustice being imposed upon them by a systemic problem, and then they have an outside threat. Which like right wing movement or throughout the 20th century wasn't like that?
Every political movement inherently believes there's a threat that they need to push back against, and they want change.
So, you're leaving out the word radical, right? That's why I said radical. Hey. You see, like the woke right wants like all abortions are bad, and all abortions. Now, I'm just saying this is just one example, so it doesn't encapsulate the whole movement. But what they would want is they would want the government to force that abortion law on the entire country and basically throw away the Constitution. The left.
So Christians woke right then?
The left wants the exact opposite. They want all abortions to be legal. They want abortion up until birth. Now this is.
Do you want all anything to be illegal, Misfit? Do you want all theft to be illegal?
All murder, sure. Well,
okay, I mean, so are you woke right then?
No,
woke center.
I think I could clear this up. Right, the difference between Misfit and James Lindsay is. James Lindsay is actually woke by his own definition because he believes Israel are the constantly oppressed. And Misfit sticks up for Israel because he's on the Epstein list. That's the difference between him and James Lindsay, I think.
Release the list, Trump. Hey, guys, I can't remember. Can someone remind me who was president when Epstein died? I just can't place.
I was actually enjoying that exchange. Can we just keep going with that for a second?
Can you guys remind me who was president when Epstein died?
Trump.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's crazy.
Who was president when Hitler did stuff? Like, what kind of retarded?
I actually just don't see what the because when you look at the woke right, you're looking at some sort of like a modern incarnation, like a new sort of beast when it comes to like politics. But the fact that they have an outside force that they think is imposing an injustice upon them, and they use identity politics, it's like no shit. That's what right wing movements do.
Cool. All right. So again, what you're trying to do is generalize this woke terminology to apply to so many other people, like Andrew says, is the problem. What I do is I very specifically tailor it to one group, a couple groups of people. The Groyper movement, right? These they call them dissident right, reactionary right, whatever you want to call them, but they are acting in a fashion that is very similar from anybody with a set of eyes to the woke left. The woke left is basically the far left, right? The woke right is basically the far right. Now,
woke left isn't the far left.
Woke. It's center liberals are generally considered woke as well.
It's not the same, but it's close. Where the majority of woke left are on the far left. Would that be a fair statement?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, like the average liberal believes in like systemic oppression of like black people, for example, and like recognizes like disparities in healthcare and education and all this stuff. I think.
It's such a broad definition. That's the problem.
It's not a broad definition.
Hang on. I'll explain it. I'll just so that there's not so much issue there. By the way, I just got a $500 dono over on our side from Jordan. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Straight to the Tooth Fund.
Yeah. I told you I'd pay for it, Ryan. You just got to tell me. But anyway, just to like clarify this, when you're talking about the far left, we're talking about Marxists, hard socialists. That's far left. When you're talking about woke is just looking at the ideas of like equity, and they're looking at the ideas of how to draw attention to the various plights of minorities. And so a lot of times the absurdities of like all the purple hair and the fucking nose rings and the ear, all that shit is literally designed to specifically get eyes on them so that they can move after whatever they perceive as those plights. So when you're talking about far left, never associate it with wokeness. Wokeness is a specific example of left-wingers who utilize, modern dress and things like this in order to associate attention on them for whatever those issues are. That's what wokeness really is.
So you would agree that there are two descriptors in the term woke left. There is the word woke, which is a descriptor, and there is the word left, which is a descriptor.
Yes.
Right? Just like where there is a descriptor in the two descriptors in woke right. There is woke and there is right. Trying to isolate what woke means, which is all I'm doing, is very simple. There is a oppressor, oppressed, a they out there, which is where the terminology started, like we discussed in the debate. It was started by this group of black people who were like, we're being held down, and we are waking up, right? And look at what the Groypers call themselves: noticers, a simile to woke, right? We notice, we are awake, we are noticing, right? So there is
the key difference being that black people were systemically oppressed. Like there were laws.
They believe that.
Well, and what do you do in the morning? You wake up. Whoa.
Yeah, that's the retarded stuff that James Lindsay says that I don't agree with. Where I'm like, he's making it too intellectual, complicated, and I'm trying to simplify it. It is a oppressed victim mentality, hyperfixated on identity politics. Now that's the woke side. On the right and left side, where you have to differentiate it, where the left has equity, inclusion, and the they is a different people group, where the right is, nationalism, socialism, isolationism, and there is a different people group. That's the difference between the two sides. Of
this is just stupid. Like, what you're talking about is hard. Just let me. You just
all
talked
I know
about.
is every time I go online, Andrew's
wait. Just let me get in. So what you're just talking about is just a basic ideological dialectic that's always like if you look at the 20th century and you look at the communist threat, and then if you have more of a nationalist uprising, fascist uprising against the communists, you wouldn't call the fascist commie right. You'd call them fascists. You'd call them what they are, right? So why are you doing it? So why are you doing that with this? Why are you applying the leftist logic? Like woke is a specific thing. Woke is a specific technology that looks at race and gender and all these types of things, and then looks at equity and looks at intersectionality.
Woke is
all base stuff. Love that
stuff. You're taking the wrong descriptor and applying it to the other word in the descriptor, right? You're taking the left and applying it to woke. Woke just means awake to the idea that there is a they that is holding us down.
No, it's not. Woke
doesn't have to be
woke is about left-wing racial ideology and left-wing gender ideology and intersectionality.
Otherwise, they would have never called it woke left. They would have just called it woke.
But they don't call it woke left. They call it woke.
I'm going to kindly remind you that I am not moderating this round. However, Andrew dodged again. You guys started in, but then you let him deflect it all back to Misfit Patriot. I'm ashamed of all of you weak-ass men.
Sarah,
that is Andrew's tactic. He deflects 24/7, right?
How did I deflect? I was just sitting here, bro.
Andrew, how old is it? Andrew, is it really your birthday? How old are you?
I'm 41. No, it's not my birthday.
You're only
Happy birthday, Andrew.
You're 1 year older than me, and you look that much older than me. Dang.
I feel like I look younger than you, but
yeah, actually, low-key.
Your lighting is not helping you, bro.
All right, Andrew, turn your head like this to the side. I want to see how much. Okay, yeah, no, you're older.
You guys have like similar amounts of gray in your beards.
No, he has way more. This is just
the light. I don't know.
I think the interesting thing is that every single political movement always says there is a negative thing out there. There's a threat out there, whether that be too big of government overreach, immorality, or whatever it is, and then they push against it. Every political movement ever has others intertwined with it.
Problems they identify.
But it's using
but the radical, that's a tough. You think that banning infant murder is radical, so that's gonna.
I didn't say that.
Get down into semantics.
I think forced pregnancy is radical.
I'm saying you can use common sense to identify what the woke left
My
is.
phone's dying. I gotta go.
See you
Andrew,
later.
thank you so much, man. Congratulations on 200,000. Can't wait to see you get more. I gotta get back to work since ICE raided the Crucible facilities. Now the work's been put on me even more. So see you guys all soon.
Who do you think called him? Who do you think called him, bro? Who do you think called him? All right, see you later, bro.
All right, bye, Rob. Thank you.
Rob Rage quits another debate.
Mister, what's radical to you?
Okay, so and we don't have to.
I'm really trying to get your definition on what's radical to you, like abortion, Christian ethics.
So you can identify woke. Woke doesn't. If you see somebody on the left, right, and they have they're espousing certain ideas, you go, that's woke, right? It's like it's one of those things where you just know it when you see it. Okay, so you know it when you see it. No, but I'm saying you know it when you see it. It's one of those things.
Okay, but it's what you're trying
radical to you.
So the same thing is happening on the right. There is radical might not be the right word. I would say extreme.
Tubular.
You're gonna step back on radical. And
no. I would say extreme would be a better
word. Even
radical and extreme both fit, but I would say extreme fits better. Right, so the Groyper movement. I would say that the Groyper movement is a group of extremists, right, where they want to impose extreme change on the right. They are a small faction of the right wing, who is getting the loudest voices with the most attention, right, to impose radical change to the party. I think that would be a statement that most people would agree with. Now, the reason why I think they're woke is because the behavior is very similar to what I see on the left, with the hyperfixation on identity politics. The people group is oppressing us. The conspiratorial fucking bullshit about how there's the Jews control the government and shit like that. It's the same thing. It's just a different spectrum.
Just not rooted in reality, right? That's the difference, I would say.
Wait, so Misfit, you're just talking about talk, not descriptors like blue hair, gender swapping, all this other shit that's happening on the left. You're just talking about behaviors on the right?
I'm talking, yes. No, blue hair, anybody could have blue hair.
Outspoken people, that's what you're talking about.
A conservative could have blue hair.
That's it.
They don't usually, though.
No,
I would ask you to find one, because that I've always kind of pondered that.
I know
right
there's a girl on the right that has pink hair. There, what's her name? She's
that's not blue though, right?
I know it's not blue, but it is
okay.
Wow, Misfit, get your
there
colors
is a
right,
distinction.
The fuck, man.
But I'm saying dyed hair is not woke. I don't think anybody would say that. That's
specifically said blue. They didn't say anything
certain
about
types of dyed hair. Maybe I would
Jesus
associate with
Christ.
that.
How in the world can you be the? I want to roast Andrew. I really do, but. Misfit, bro, you're catching all the heat because you keep saying such stupid things, man.
What did I say?
Stop it! Stop talking! Stop talking! Stop talking!
Retard! What did I say? That's stupid. Say like. Speak.
I don't want to get back into it. I've got a list. There's like a top.
Don't open your cock holster if you're not going to follow up with what the fuck I said. That's stupid.
Okay, woke right was number one.
Language around Jake.
Like right out of the fucking gate.
I can't understand anyway.
So you sit there. So you asked me to define something. I defined it. You dismiss it.
No, you did not define it. You did not define it. You failed at defining it.
A good abstraction,
but you fucking failed.
Just because
everybody's sitting right in front of you. You've got five people we're not going to count Coder because he's not real bright. So and we're not going to count Sarah because she's a moderator, but you got five people who are still saying you have not defined shit.
So there are five.
So only one person that's not ideologically predisposed to think that it's a bad term to use is the only one who thinks that he said some reasonable things. That's curious.
Yeah, there are five people on the panel that disagree with me. I have like tens of thousands of followers, right? Who do agree.
Have all like the entire panel disagree with you.
Yeah, because it's a fucking
also
panel.
by the way, they're
do you guys think that? Hold on. Do you think that
we're all actual right wing people? Like
actual.
I think so anyway.
Actual.
That may be that Australian over there.
How do you define actual? How do you find actual right wing? What is your definition?
I'll give you the three pillars.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So the three pillars were outlined years ago by one Michael Savage, and he said cultures, border, nation. I would actually accept those as being the three pillars in which I would accept for those who are on the right for both social and economic reasons, that we're looking at those three things. We're looking at culture, we're looking at language, and we're looking at borders.
I agree with all three of those things.
Yeah, so those are the kind of three big ones. However, when you're talking about culture, so the Graeber ideal here is that if culture is being unduly influenced by one group or another group, that should be looked at. You say in response, okay, well, fair enough, but that's exactly what the left does. The left is saying that whites have undue cultural influence where they shouldn't have undue cultural influence. It's like, okay, I can accept that too. I guess my big disparity with you has always been when I'm kind of defining words and I'm trying to figure out dichotomy. In this case, dichotomy is left versus right. So in order to dive into what the worldview means, why is it that they believe these things? Ryan can have racial motivations in the way that he views the kind of overview of how society works. And so can the right. They can have racial motivations to look at the way that society works. The issue here is why. What is the pillars which hold up each of these worldviews? That's where I think that I've said this before, that your definition here fails to map on. It sounds good only on the surface level. The problem is that when we get to the actual pillars, the left and right, I agree with you, are not disagreeing that there can be oppressor-oppressed classes. That's not it. We're disagreeing on the reasons why, right? The reasoning why there's oppressor-oppressed classes. If you look at the left-wing paradigm, it's based around the lack of equity and social access to basic services, which would basically push that equity forward so that now there was some sort of egalitarianism across the board. That would be what was missing from, so that's their racial prism. What you're associating here with the dissident right is being their prism is like, sure, they can look through the same prism and say there's an oppressor oppressed class, and there can even be one race oppressing another. In this case, maybe we're oppressed by, whoever the fuck they say it is.
The Jews.
But the pillars, but would just be TOS cool here, please. But anyway, it's not that I'm trying to duck the heart of it. I'm just telling you when I'm on YouTube, so just be cool there.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, it just means don't even say the J word because you'll get mass flagged for things you're not even saying.
I didn't even know
that's
that.
all I'm saying. So anyway, the prism though, what are the core things which hold that ideology up has nothing to do with equity, and it has nothing to do with the disparity. It has to do with conquer, might, subterfuge, things like this. So I think that your kind of like core here for how you map these on doesn't actually make, and I never thought it made sense. The second we take it from the slight overview into the depths of what holds it up, I've never thought they mapped on very well.
I think that, let me explain something that I didn't explain in the last bit. I think that what you're looking at is like the two words, right? And there's a behavior and a solution, right? So there's the behavior side of woke, which is what I'm classifying as woke. Then there's the solution problem, which is what you're talking about. On the left, it's equity, inclusion, and they have this idea of radical change. But
that's the worldview for the descriptor, too.
No. Yeah, sure, but no, because with the with the right wing, you have a lot of people espousing nationalism or isolationism, right? With the left, you have a lot of people espousing socialism, right, or communism. And
those aren't mutually exclusive. Left-wingers,
they're not
left-wingers have often been the ones who actually advocate for isolationism. Bernie Sanders and most of the Democrats in their early career, when talking about immigration especially, were very much, if they were socialist, isolationists because they understood the economic impact that immigration would have on local job displacement. So they actually, I can show you, especially in the 70s and 80s, where hardcore socialist activists inside the United States were literally whipping up mobs to beat up immigrants coming in so that they could stop them from coming in. And they made a big deal out of it. So it's like, I don't know about that.
I would argue that woke is a new term for a new movement, and I would argue that the reason why the woke term was created, like you said, was because it was a lot different in the modern context than what previous revolutions and previous movements were like back then, because there was a different atmosphere. Now, like I said, what I did and what James Lindsay did are two different things. They're similar, but they're two different things, right? All I'm doing is trying to put a descriptor to a group of people because I believe that group of people.
I agree with that. Yeah, like I agree with what you're saying there. That's what he's trying to do.
What he's trying to do is intellectually categorize. He gets way too complicated with it, and that's fine. That's all well and good. That's fine, right? But what I'm simply trying to do is exactly what we did to the left. We turned the woke left into a descriptor for a certain group of people. And if you want to try to pick it apart and define it, it's much for the general population. You just know it when you see it. And this is what I'm saying. There are a lot of people out there. Now, there might be people on the panel that don't agree with me, but there are a lot of people that agree with me that you know it when you see it. And when they hear woke right, they go, I've been thinking that. So if you guys don't agree with it, if you want to try to pick it apart, that's fine. There are so many people that think you're wrong.
Can I just show you real quick an inductive example of what I'm talking about? So
sure.
Do you agree with me that a Nazi and a socialist are two totally different things?
Totally different?
Yes.
No, but different, yes.
Okay.
It's the National Socialist German Workers' Party, so
yeah, they kind of went socialism just for like the Aryan race.
So I just want to make sure then North Korea is actually a republic then?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like Nazis were socialists, but socialists aren't Nazis. If that's
okay. So then when we're talking about modern day, and this is what I'm referencing, in modern day references, when somebody says Nazi and somebody says socialist,
yeah,
what? Okay, so what are the things which bring these ideologies together?
The descriptors.
I mean, the Nazis were totalitarian. The socialists are always leading to totalitarians. So socialism is sort of a precursor for Nazism, not Nazism itself.
Okay, but in the modern sense, what would bring these two ideologies together?
I'm not following. I don't know.
Anything? Like if you're a modern Marxist or you're a modern Nazi, is there anything which you would have in common?
No, there's a lot of the J stuff. There is that commonality that they have a common enemy.
They would both have similar descriptors about the enemy.
Yeah, they both have similar descriptors about the enemy. Exactly.
Okay, got you.
The J pilling.
So is it more?
Well,
hang on. So hang on.
Yeah.
Shut up, Ryan. So is it actually more useful then, because there's this massive commonality between the two, to call all Nazi socialists or Marxists and call all Marxist Nazis? Is it actually useful to do that? Or does that overlap ideologies where they kind of don't belong?
I'm not really following along with your
Andrew, you have failed.
If you called a Marxist, communist, and Nazi, or you called somebody in the modern sense who was a Nazi a Marxist or a communist, would that be accurate language, or would you be describing two different phenomenons? If
you called a Nazi a Marxist or a socialist or a communist, then there would be enough commonalities where it would fit. It just wouldn't be it wouldn't be the best term to use, but it would fit.
Why wouldn't it be the best?
Because they had the more nationalism aspect to their
They have
movement.
different pillars, right?
Yes, correct. No, so listen.
So if it is the case that you have two ideologies, political ideologies that have separate pillars, if it is the case that you have one big thing, which is an overlapping principle, in this case, let's say shared hatred of Jewish people, you still would disassociate both of these identity groups, these political identity groups, based on the distinct differences rather than on this one commonality by your own admission, because it's much more accurate to get at the pillars of the ideology. And that's the whole point with the woke right versus woke left that I keep trying to kind of get across to you, is like, even if it is the case that I grant to you and do that there could be both sections who utilize race for the purposes of dissecting it and understanding how it impacts society and the social forms and things like this, but if the pillars which are underneath them don't hold up, right, you can't actually apply the same idea. It doesn't make any sense. The pillars aren't the same.
Okay, so and this is what I'm saying. I think that I see your argument. I just think it's sort of redundant, right? It's like, all right, so you got the Zohan Mamdani in the New York mayor primaries race, right? He is what I would call an Islamo-Marxist, right?
But you wouldn't call him a Nazi, would you?
No. But he is what I would call an Islamo-Marxist,
okay,
right? And
I'll accept that.
And he calls himself a democratic socialist, right? Now, these, like, if you ask two different people, right, we're both going to say, yeah, you're right, he is an Islamo-Marxist. And then you ask somebody on the left, they go, no, he is a democratic socialist. But the ideas behind totalitarianism and authoritarianism, they're all basically branching down into these different subcategories, which is what you're trying to get to. So it's just like Christianity, right? You have Christianity, which is
you're a poor student,
so Christianity is the overarching thing, and then you have Protestants.
Cool, we roast Andrew, and Andrew, you failed as a teacher.
Sure.
Misfit still doesn't understand anything.
I understand that you don't understand what somebody's
Look, I understand you're not a qualified.
I understand you're retarded. But
it's like a disappointed uncle seeing his nephew just be an idiot at the table and just scolding the father.
No. I get it.
I love watching you all fight. I think it's great.
I get it. The dude with the glasses.
Infighting is healthy.
Yeah,
it can be. Yeah.
The dude with the glasses is retarded and interrupts people when they're in the middle of their sentence. That's great. All right. So, but like I was saying, Christianity.
He's barely said anything.
What's going on, and you were the retard that's sitting there.
I can't help it if I overpower the conversation because everybody.
You literally can't understand the simple principles that Andrew's laying out. Again,
I can.
Andrew, please do a better job as a teacher.
I agreed with him.
I believe in you, Andrew.
You see,
this is the problem.
Do you know why my position is so lucrative?
Because people talk over each other.
Because you guys can't even have one fucking conversation that's meant to be casual and chill, and here you are still being numbskulls.
I'm trying, Sarah.
You shouldn't have invited. You shouldn't have invited me because I'm like a magnet for these people.
I invited you because I knew. I mean, number one, I liked your interactions with Andrew, and I thought it was very.
I like Andrew.
Yeah, I think it was good. It was good, and Ryan as well. You guys all have like the.
Ryan likes me too. Don't listen to his shit. He genuinely likes me as a person.
I have some positive, but I think your worldview is ultimately very destructive to the society I want to live in. So I think it'd be very bad if like
by the way,
power. But like personally,
three of us
I don't have a problem with you.
Bro, you act like
right now with glasses on. You said the dude with glasses.
There's two. Oh, there's
Jake and Chase. What? I mean, I knew who you were talking.
This is a tattoo. I don't wear glasses. This is a tattoo.
I said it right out. I said it right after you opened your mouth. What is? I said it right after.
What do you mean by they? What do you mean by they? Earlier you said they.
What was the last grade that you passed? 6th, 7th?
What is? Are you? Oh, so are we doing like?
I'm just curious.
You know what?
Are you like a liberal where you're like, I have a college degree, so I'm.
Can you guys get back to the conversation?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah.
There we go.
All right.
So just give me a second here. Let me. The idea that you're trying to create a definition of woke right.
I didn't create it. It created itself.
About that Candace Owens is like the woke right, which I don't necessarily disagree that she's a poor example of the current right, but I don't think she's that woke, which has a very specific definition. Why is it that you have such an issue with simple concepts? Are you okay?
What do you no? First of all, I have like music going on, so I don't know where that's fucking coming from.
I don't have music.
No, it's definitely coming from my headphones. Anyway, as far as Candace Owens goes, Candace Owens was a far leftist who started her social media career that way. Now she seems to be defaulting back to her. You get people like
wait, she was a far leftist.
Yeah, she was a far leftist.
I wouldn't say far leftist. I mean, I think that
she was a liberal that started her, I guess, social media YouTube.
Words have meanings, right? Words.
Yeah, words do have meanings. Like when I call you retarded, when I call you retarded, I mean you're just saying dumb things, right? I don't mean that you have Down syndrome.
You said far leftist, and I said, well, wait, I don't think she was ever far left.
Pretty sure. I think she was a far leftist. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think she was.
Okay, well, somebody can Google it, but I'm pretty sure she was on the far left, and that's how she started her career. Then she was an opportunist who saw a movement happening where she sort of switched sides and came over to the right, and then she got in with Charlie Kirk and TPUSA, and she started saying all of the right things that the in-crowd wanted to hear.
Woke right? Is Charlie Kirk woke right?
No. Charlie Kirk's not woke right. Look, like I understand that this is what you guys want to do. You want to try to discredit the thing that I'm doing by just continuously.
I don't even know what the fuck you're doing.
No. Listen,
it's so stupid for you to try and like push a term that doesn't exist.
It does not shock me.
Left does, right? Is they identify something and create a new term.
Look, it does not shock me even a little bit that you don't understand something. All right, I can tell just by looking at you that's something that you struggle with every fucking day. But if you want, I can break it down again. Right?
You tried and you failed miserably.
If you're fucking retarded, if I tried to explain fucking quantum physics to a 5-year-old, they wouldn't fucking get it either.
Absolutely, I meet a lot of dumb people, but you, sir, absolutely,
I can imagine
taking the cake.
All right. So what would you like? What
normally,
would you like me to elaborate on?
Normally, I reserve.
What would you like me to explain to you, sir? What would
you still haven't been able to explain woke right, other than it's a woke means something, and we're going to apply it to the right. But woke is specifically designated, in my mind, towards the left.
And that's why you're
liberal ideology, right?
No, that's why you're retarded.
So hold on. I want to be clear. Where is it that the left? Where are right people on the left? How does that work?
It doesn't work like that. You see,
what are you talking about?
Okay, so again, right? I'm just try to break this down to you like I would like a child. Okay.
Yeah, please do, because you can't. You can't explain concepts.
You have woke. What does woke mean?
To me?
No. What does the word woke mean? The word, like, if you looked it up,
it has very specific connotations depending on how it's being used.
Yeah.
Which way would you like the way it's being used?
No. I just mean the actual fucking word, right? It means woke means
what way?
What connotation is great to use it?
Woke means to awaken.
Again, you have trouble with simple
Hold on.
concept.
Woke means
If
to
I say something is red, there's like 3,000 variations of red. So if I say porch red, then I understand that
etymology.
That's
I'm talking about etymology, right? What does the word mean? Woke means to
Study of
awaken,
etymas.
to realize, right? Awaken. Hold on. Awaken, realize, notice. Like all of these things apply to the word woke. The word
They all
woke.
apply, but there are various other definitions.
Okay, so there's a reason why the word was created for this movement, correct? It's because there was a people
Andrew,
group.
don't you fall asleep.
There was
I'm
a
not falling
people
asleep.
group who used the word to say this is what we're doing, right? You have the word
No,
associated.
it was applied to the leftist movement.
They applied it to
they
themselves.
didn't claim to be woke. Oh, I'm woke.
Yes, they did.
People
Yes, they
did.
did.
Actually,
They
the
are
word is
woke
coined by
motherfuckers.
No,
We
they
just
were
want to
coined-
have a nice
people.
Thanksgiving dinner as a family
Bro,
for once,
look.
and you guys can't stop
Okay.
arguing with each other.
No.
You do this
Get back to the
every
kids'
year.
table, Chase.
You don't even make it to my soccer games anymore.
I know.
Okay, you know what?
I want to know, Andrew, did you lie to me? They
About
said
what?
Andrew lied when he said we like your opening intro. We hate it, and he forces us to listen to it because he knows we hate it. We like the night intro.
I would
Well,
never do that, Sarah.
Okay, well, we'll move on from this because I'm overpowering the whole.
Well,
fucking
let's
panel.
talk about Andrew being a Canadian fighting so hard for American rights.
you
Like,
fucking
what's up with
Canadian?
that?
No,
That's
way.
the rumor. I'm told.
Californian. That's
Oh,
worse.
wow.
Oh, are you Californian? Even worse.
True. That is worse
That's the
than being.
Canada of the United
Well,
States.
anyway, is that worse than being a Canadian? I'm not sure.
Andrew, you
Close
just-
second. Close
Andrew's
second.
pot farm just got raided. Give him a break.
It's true. It's true.
And all your employees were underage Mexican illegals.
Also
my
true. I just
goodness.
told you. That's why I called ICE. Raided my own farm.
You got
Raided his own farm.
you got Rayless over there. He was the one that was trying.
I
to
think
chase down that
Canadians
dude.
definitely worse than the Californian for sure.
Think
I don't
so?
know, man. I don't know. I think honestly, I think that most of Canada is actually reasonable. It's like they have these three or four small.
Now we got to
pockets.
find this rat. We got to find a rat in the fucking chat. Who spilled the beans, Sarah?
This would be
she put it on the screen.
Benjamin
Benjamin
Collins. You know what? I'm gonna make my videos even louder and
See, this is what
crazier
this is called
now.
counter ratting. You little fuck. It's counter ratting.
Mhm. And he
now
only
we know.
paid $5.
Yeah,
to
now
do
we
it,
know.
too.
Collins, time Collins out for the rest of the show. Fucking rat.
It's okay, Collins. You can come to my chat.
Snitches get stitches.
Rat, yeah, fucking ratting, dude.
We got about 5 more minutes left, and I'm going to give Andrew a
thank
very
God.
short break. It was supposed to be longer, but yeah. But anyways, I would like.
It's turned into a debate part 2 from our
I
last.
know you
Love it.
guys just can't resist.
I
it.
didn't start it. I
No,
didn't
it's
start
me.
it.
I
Oh,
am-
bro, that's fucked up. That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up. That's
Oh my
messed
God.
up.
Hold on, let me
That's
solo
pineapple.
That's a hungry
That is
boy.
pineapple on that.
In and of itself.
That is
Fake
Oh,
news.
yeah, dude.
Is that
Fake news.
pineapple? Is that pineapple?
What?
Fake news. Fake news.
That's how we
Fake
know.
news.
it.
Are we
Fake news.
anti-pineapple on
Yeah,
pizza
Grok's
here?
getting real
Fake
good these
news.
days.
Fake news. Photoshop. It's Photoshop. It's AI. That's
That's how
Photoshop
we
AI.
know.
It's Photoshop
At least
AI.
olives weren't on. it.
Musty, caught in action, 40.
That's how we know. Andrew's
That's
back.
Photoshop AI. Jake will back. Jake, that was AI, right?
We
No,
know
you're a
Total-
scumbag, dude.
We know,
We went to hell and back over this issue.
we
and
know
then-
exactly why there weren't olives on that pizza.
Oh my god, dude! No,
I
it's,
accept you even if you like pineapple on pizza. I think it's.
I bet it tasted great too.
There is pineapple is good on pizza, just not Hawaiian pizza. It's on barbecue chicken pizza. It's good.
Anyway, guys, I gotta go after the
Right.
pineapple thing. I can't.
Hey,
I can't
happy-
pause. I couldn't possibly
Let's
be here for more
do
pineapple
our
stuff.
Final
Andrew,
stop for a
happy
second.
birthday.
We're gonna do our final. Everybody just give their final rounds or roast Andrew or tell him good job, pal. Whatever. Ryan, would you like to start?
Sure. I mean, Andrew, like we've been going back and forth for like 4 years, about 4 years now. I've had a lot of fun fighting with you. You know, obviously we have very, very distinct worldviews, and I think it would be terrible if your worldview went out. I think in a lot of ways it is winning out right now in some pretty concerning ways. But I again, interpersonally, you've always been kind to me. You've invited me on your panels. You even almost offered me a position on your streaming platform at one point. I appreciate all of that. I'm happy to some degree for your success, and I'm happy to be able to leverage a small part of it for myself. I'm Ryan, Radical Coder. I'm going to have a tooth in the near future, thanks to Andrew. I just have to make a dentist appointment and see how much it's going to cost me. This is my buddy Umbreon. He's about to lose a baby tooth soon, actually, funny enough. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, Sarah. Thank you for having me. And if you want to find my stuff, Radical Coder, pretty easy to find. There's only one Radical Coder, as far as I know.
I have a question for you, Ryan.
Yeah, what's
up?
If
you had to categorize me, would you ever categorize me as a malicious man?
At times, but not ideologically. I don't think so. I think you really believe in the things that you are putting forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Kind of.
You act maliciously in some debates, but I that's a different conversation.
Marte, darling.
We give a shout out to the Crucible crew. Please send in some money. Let's grift hard. Let's have a Merry Christmas in the summer. Also, I'd like to say thank you to Andrew for being the partner that dominates and doesn't let me get a word in edgewise in debates. Next time I'll have my last word. I think I spend more time defending Andrew than I do my own debates when I have my own debates. So his detractors are numerous online, on X, and everywhere else. So apparently I have more work cut out for me doing debates, debating his detractors and my own at the same time. But congrats on the 2K. 200,000K.
Well, Marte, you know, I got your back too, and I'm always happy to come in with your detractors and fuck them up right alongside you. So I appreciate that very much. Very kind words.
And before I hand it off, Doobie sends in the big 50. I become like 5% more anti-democracy every time I hear Misfit try to regurgitate a stupid idea he gobbled up on the Zio Christian talk radio. Congrats on the success.
By the way, Doobie, for those of you who don't know, I've known him for years. Had many great conversations with him. He's an older chap like myself. Runs the politics Discord. You can find that on just by typing in politics. It is the largest, as far as my understanding is, the largest political Discord in the world. He literally runs multiple major cities inside of that Discord. It's actually quite impressive. But by the way, Doobie, you owe me $50 on my channel because I made a bet with you a year ago that there was no fucking way you were going to retire that year. And you were like, yes, I am, Andrew. You'll see. I was like, yeah, fucking right, Doobie. And you're like, well, we'll see, blah, 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 blah. Now, I don't know how you owe me money. I'm just like interjecting that somehow. I was right, so therefore you owe me money. But Doobie, I was right.
Fair enough. All right, Grid to you, sir.
Yeah, Andrew. I've known you now about a year or so, and you've helped me when you didn't have to. That's always a wonderful thing. Unfortunately, you associate with malcreants like Misfit up there, and I have to hold that against you.
He unfollowed me. You're good.
And he unfollowed you?
Yeah, you're good. He doesn't like me.
That's the best thing I've heard.
Unblock me on Twitter, Andrew, by the way. You should unblock me on Twitter.
Yeah.
I usually don't do that. Listen, just to be totally fair to you guys, if I blocked you, it's probably because you went after my wife.
Yeah, no, I made a joke about a cum joke. That's what it was.
If you go after the wife, that's usually an instant block. Like I don't go after your guys' significant others. I've never done it.
No, I wouldn't.
I understand in a sense that mine is a public figure, and so that makes some things like that more fair game. Totally concede that that's true, but from my perspective, if you make it personal about my wife or my kids or things like that, it's just an instant fucking block. I don't do that to other people, so I just ask that people treat me with the same respect.
That's fair.
To be clear, that's not what happened for me. Just 100% clear.
Yeah, me neither.
Doobie says, okay, you win. Yeah, I'll see you next year, fucking Doobie. I'll see you next year, fucker. Thank you for the big 50, though. I appreciate it, but I'll see you next year. Go ahead, DM me that you're retiring this year again, you fuckhead. But anyway, go ahead.
Grid, back to you.
Oh, yeah. I debate with Doobie sometimes on another channel, and it's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. It's interesting.
Doobie is a genius. He's like a certified genius. Yeah. He can take any position on anything. He's heard every argument that there is to hear 5 times. He can take any position and win on that position. And he's one of the few men in the whole world, I think, who can do that. But he has literally, whatever argument you've heard, he's heard it 5 times. I promise.
Grid, again, back to you.
Oh, sorry, Grid. Sorry, Grid.
Andrew, it's impressive you hit 200,000. I remember just a few months ago we were I sent you a message and said, "Hey, this guy's saying you stalled, and he's talking a bunch of shit and all that." And of course, that guy was wrong. We all know that he was wrong. We knew he was going to be wrong. So, more continued success. You got 200,000. Now you got to get 1 million. The question is, can you get 1 million?
It's quite a jump, you know. It's like just go
What?
ahead and get fucking 800,000 more subs than you got.
Just you got to do it before Jake does. That's all. That's all you got.
No, I think we need to get Jake there as fast as possible. And if Jake gets there to 1 million, he gets that big gold. I'm going to be right there to support him every step of the way. Nobody deserves this success more. He's a hardworking guy for an Australian scumbag prisoner, but you know.
But anyway, that's pretty much all I've got. I enjoy being on these panels. Thank you for inviting me, Sarah. And it's going to be great for the next year, Andrew.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Also, bring me on whatever sometime, or tell them I want to come on. I would love to.
Don't guys have to pay to get on there?
Yeah, about focus.
I don't make the fucking guest list, dude. I just get a
tell them I'm
DM.
interested.
Hey, you want to come on? And I say sure. Or hey, I got 4 debates lined up. You want them? And I'm like, yeah.
You got the in.
Chase to you, sir.
All right, I don't want to get too sappy here, but
well, go make somebody Ryan hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I bet you'll have a fucking in too. But anyway, go ahead.
I mean, I make Sarah a lot of money by coming on her panels. We raised $500 the other day just with people bouncing me on and off. Like,
damn, $500.
I love how you think
that you're for an 800 sub channel, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Chase to you.
All right, I don't want to get too sappy here, Andrew, but
gay.
You have an absolutely lovely wife. Can you guys just shut up? This is serious. This is a big accomplishment. You have a lovely wife. Family is absolutely lovely. They adore you. Jake tolerates you, and that says a lot in and of itself. And so, I just want to focus on just like nice things. So I know, you have a black hat on. You also have eyes and a nose, and I'm really happy for you just in general. So I'm just going to keep it positive. So that's basically all I have to say.
Well, why'd you get you got so choked up too, Chase? You did not let me down in my expectations with how choked up you are. You were really heavy-handed on the compliments there, bro.
It's just funny to imagine trying to say something nice, but you just say facts about a person because you can't actually think of anything nice. Congrats. You don't need, I was literally with you just a couple days ago. So congrats again.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Chase. Jake.
Good time, by the way.
Yeah, Andrew, you're a total scumbag. Probably the biggest piece of shit I've ever met in my life. Biggest piece of shit on the internet. One of the most dangerous misinformation artists. You actually weaponize the form of rational discourse against reason itself from time to time. So, I have absolutely nothing good to say about you. You're totally retarded as well. I've never seen somebody who is so illiterate when they try and do a DM, and it concerns me gravely that you actually want to write a book. I don't want you to do that at any point. And I've got a chat from Jordan Waters here that is for $100 that says, Andrew ignored my Rumble chat roasting him, so I'll give it to you. Andrew argues with hookers because he paid for an hour and has to find another way to spend the other 58 minutes.
Nick, you messaged me saying that you had an actual denunciation of Andrew from the country of Australia. Did you want to read that, or did you want to wait?
Yes. Andrew will never be allowed into the country of Australia because of his scumbag antics, ever. And his denial of our actual existence. He's a propaganda and misinformation artist, and the most damaging thing to Australia since colonization.
Hey, now, in my defense,
isn't a joke. You've been served, Andrew. You have been noticed.
In my defense, you see, honey, I know my wife's watching right now. See, 58 minutes left, not 59 and a half minutes left. So I'm making improvements, okay?
I guess everybody's chat's getting into the act. She's married to that mayhem guy from the insurance commercial.
Oh, my goodness. A misfit to you, sir.
I was actually getting disappointed until Jake actually finally fucking roasted him. I was wondering if I was going to be the only one. So I'm just gonna say, I do respect that Andrew believes what he says. We've had a couple debates, and we disagree, but I wouldn't call him a malicious actor or a bad actor or anything like that. You can disagree with people. However, I do think that he is more of a whore than the OnlyFans hookers who he goes back and forth with on the Whatever podcast. He's a horrible Christian because he's just overindulging in vodka and cigarettes. He's a fat slob. So gluttony, check that off the list. But all in all, I think he's actually a pretty decent guy. Anyway. That's all I want for you.
Actually, can I throw one final thought out?
So I'm a fat retarded drunk.
Ryan, it wouldn't be
You should just summarize it next time. You're a fat retarded drunk.
You're a really nice fat retarded drunk.
Yeah, there we go.
Andrew used to go by the title Big Papa Fascist, and he always used to say this thing about it, which was, it's just kind of a joke. Like, I'm not really a fascist. I just think fascism is better than what we have now. And every time I heard him say that, I was just like, wait. Better than what we have. That's what fascist. That's like definitionally what makes them fascists, right?
No, I never said that. Actually,
they think fascism is better.
Remember? No. What I promoted was it was really funny. So this is what made the whole troll so much fun. When I would debate with the leftists, I'd say, "Well, I promote something called democratic fascism." And then when they asked me what that was, I would just reiterate all of the terms of how the United States operates and its government civic status, and watch them freak out as they said that that's the most fascist thing they ever heard. I thought that was the funniest shit in the world. Democratic fascism. And then I would just relay the basics of our own Constitution and the civics for how that works, and then watch them panic and call me a fascist over and over, as they're advocating for that same system. It was likely the funniest fucking thing I've ever done in my life, and I would do it again 10 times if I could, Ryan, and all you fuckers deserved it because you all fell for it because you're all retarded. All you retarded.
It sounds like a humiliation kink. But somebody just said that Andrew reached 200K, so they got to say, give Misfit Patriot the crystal ball. What is that?
First of all, in the crystals.
Oh yeah, first of all, Andrew has reached 200,000 followers. That does not mean he's actually reached 200,000 people. Like I said, I think that Qatar has flooded his whole page with bots.
And Andrew Wilson.
I think that he's got about 50, maybe 75 followers. I mean, a third of them are on this panel, and the rest of them, there's just one person talking to themselves in the chat.
Can I ask you this though? Actually,
I'm obviously joking.
Yeah. Actually, I actually go with a lot of those same metrics that there's people who have these ginormous channels, it's 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 people. It's very clear that they either bought followers or did some shit that they shouldn't be doing. But what that wouldn't account for is why I'm one of the most super chatted men in the fucking world.
No.
Like, that wouldn't account for that.
here's I will give you this. Here's how I know you have at least most of your followers are legit, because the amount of fucking simps that you have that come at me months after we get into a debate only shows that you have an actual following, where it's like there are
simps.
I have this video.
These are good, fine gentlemen.
I have this video. It's a 7-second clip that I just keep on replying to them with, where it's at the beginning of our last debate. You just go, wait, so you think all of my followers are retarded? And I went, pretty much, yeah.
Suckers idolizing mediocre.
I would like to give.
Okay, that's pretty funny. That sounds like an Andrewism.
Gentlemen, if I may. I will say the Raging Tomato would probably not be at the Raging Tomato, sitting at its pretty little 12,000 and some now, if it were not for Mr. Wilson. I'm no fool to that. It's been an absolute honor to not only be able to work with you throughout the debates and so on and so forth, but to be able to host not only you, but your audience as well. It's been an absolute pleasure, Andrew, and I look forward to many more in the future. So thank you.
Well, you see, all of you, I'll point this out one more time, right? For the people, well, yeah, Misfit did say that. There was a guy who was bitching, and he was like, look, say what you want. When Andrew debates, he wants somebody who's impartial, who's there, who's fair to the other side, so that if he wins, when I win, there's no illusion of impropriety. I don't want somebody to be able to appeal to the moderator, say they were biased or something like that. That's why I don't mind going on other people's channels. Sarah did everything the right way. So there's a lot of people who become jealous and seething. Why do you go on this chick's channel so much? She's a woman, blah, 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 which is all fair criticisms. They are right about that. But
you are
she does the legwork. And if more people would do the legwork, get the legwork out of my way, right, they would reap a lot of rewards. But many people are very stiff-necked. They want me to come in, do all the legwork, and give them great content. It's like, fuck you. She does the legwork, she gets the reward. Those are the rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a thing though, real quick.
Next to a train.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
feminist. Buy it. Buy it now. Do it now. Hurry up. Why haven't you bought it yet?
Your party, your final thoughts. If you'd like to go ahead and say whatever it is you'd like to say.
Can we start with who the fuck has the train bleeding
I don't
through? Can we
That's
start
me.
with that?
That's me. I was covering my
Mute
microphone.
yourself, you fucker. This is my
I don't even
parting
know how.
words, you fucking asshole. Holy shit. Just hit the... Yeah, there we go. Anyway. So... my parting words are just this, right? Like, I like to cooperate with other creators. I like to make great content. People who are decent folks, I don't mind having kind of spirited disagreements. I don't take a lot of this stuff very personally, though I think other people take it very personally from me. Misfit Patriot, for instance, to his credit, he didn't take our debate personally. Rather, instead, he wanted to make after refutations and things like that. And I think that's perfectly acceptable. You know what I mean? I don't mind having discourse with people like that, right? Don't attack the fucking wife, Misfit. I won't quit block.
I apologize and didn't do it since.
Yeah. But the point is, like, so I'll unblock you for that. But the point
again.
is like, yeah, but do it again. But anyway, the point is like, people, if you want to see me go on your channel and do more content on your channel, share the great Crucible audience, right, who is fantastic. They don't like being shared around for just anybody, though. They want to be shared with people who make accommodations to give great content for them to view. I've always seen this as a great exchange. I've done great debates on Jake's channels. It's got hundreds of thousands of plus views, right? Because he did the legwork to accommodate that. So the audience doesn't mind giving reward. More people would do that. They'd find me over on their channels a lot more often. Sarah actually does. So it's not impartiality to her because, oh, it's because she actually does the fucking work. I don't know what to tell you. Those are my parting thoughts. Today, right now, she organized this entire panel. She organized the previous 2 debates, and she organized a debate after. So she makes thousands of fucking dollars tonight because the Crucible crew comes over and makes it rain on her. Well, she put in a lot of fucking work. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You work, you get paid. Those are the rules.
And
I know it's closing, but like,
by
Sarah,
the way.
can I ask real quick, because I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, and if Andrew, if this is like off limits or something, let me know. But have you ever felt when you're around Andrew debating that like Bell's palsy coming on, or like half your face just like start freezing? Because that's Jake was sending me numerous like research articles about this, and we're starting to see a correlation.
I'm making an album about it.
Yeah.
Oh my
We have a
God.
flow chart.
A flow? You actually made a whole flow chart for this. My lord.
I literally had to move out an entire room. But have you ever felt that before? Or is that just a rumor?
No, I'm pretty comfortable when Andrew. He makes me laugh. I'll take that.
Cool.
I am a very charming individual. That's true.
I wouldn't go that far.
No matter whatever Jake fucking says about me, he's just always mad because I'm twice as charming as him. We did have a bet that if I wasn't there for a week on my own show on the Extravaganza, we would lose viewers, and we didn't lose any viewers. So I guess I was wrong on that, which kind of that's kind of a blow to the ego. Not gonna lie, didn't lose any fucking viewers. So, but you know, Australia's not real. So
I think you've been utterly decimated in that debate, and I would probably have you covered in pretty much any form of human endeavor.
Oh my goodness,
Andrew, are you going to be at the next debate con if they actually?
Yeah, we're going to be headlining the next debate con. We had it set up. James came to the table pretty quickly and was fairly accommodating. Good. With a couple of massive debates. When that gets announced, we'll, of course, organize that all out so that we can begin to do an IRL invasion, which the Crucible crew is now so famous for. Very respectful audience. They do a very good job. Sarah was at the last debate con. She'll tell you. We may do an IRL invasion, but in the crowd, they are some of the best people to have. They are fantastic, and they obey all the laws and all the rules and all the bullshit. So thing is I kind of can't wait to do the next big meetup. I think that one's in Nashville. It's going to be fantastic.
I was about to say it's in Nashville, and I want to you were nice enough to host me and my family, and we're going to host you at and some of the Crucible crew. I don't know how many will show up, but we'll do that. We'll have a big barbecue or something. And
when is it?
It's in November.
November 15th and 16th. It's a Saturday, Sunday.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, there was another one. I got it. So let me end on this quick story.
Yeah.
This other group contacted me. These fucking pieces of shit. They contact me and they were like, "Hey, Andrew, would you do a debate?" It was against Richard Carrier, big prominent atheist. And I said, "Well, what's the topic?" We got the topic all organized. And they said, "Well, what's the fee?" And so I told them, they said, "That's a little out of our budget line." I said, "Well, how about this? How about we do a smaller fee and then you just give me 50% of the ticket sales?" My plan was to bring Jake out there. We would organize a big event. We'd take away 50% of the ticket sales. I'm sure tons of the Crucible would have shown up in this location. We both would have made out very well, and the crew would have made out very well also. So they completely agreed. They sent over a contract. You're not going to fucking believe this. They sent over a contract which took all the ticket sales out and offered me $500 fucking bucks after all the negotiations were done. And I was like, man,
that's pretty insulting.
Not only, well, it's not just insulting, but you know what they said? They were like, "Oh, it's a typo." I said, "Eliminating the entirety of the ticket sales was a fucking typo." So I instantly lost all faith in this particular organization.
They missed a few zeros on the typo.
They missed just a bit. So anyway, but James, on the other hand, did the opposite. James said, "What do you want?" I told him, he said, "Not only is that super reasonable, but I'm going to make a bunch of money." And I said, "Right, that's the point, right? We want to make sure that the people around us who are hosting us are able to make a lot of money as well. And, that's one of the benefactors for people hosting debates is that they're able to make enough capital to make it worth their while. Everybody understands this. So that's the distinction between two parlaying groups. I just thought it was an interesting contrast."
Fair enough. All right, gentlemen. Well, we've got another debate to get to. So everyone strap in. We'll see you back here in about 10 minutes or so. And fuck off.
Captain's log, June 2nd, 2836. After 27 years of war between the Degen Coomers and the Sainthood Slayers, a new hope arises. As the battlefield lay weaponized, locked and loaded for destruction, negotiations for a peace treaty are in transition. The moderator has arrived at Station 42. Can this war be ended? Will the Coomers and Slayers find a middle ground?
Abort mission. I repeat, abort mission. Negotiation failure. Abort mission.
Then go to your window and look up their biggest fracking asteroid. Copy, Yashin-Man. Still blind. Got some kind of system-wide crash in the defense grid. Cut on track yourself right goddamn now, because we got Boku inbound, and they're not carrying flow. Wait one, Yashin-Man. We don't have one.